happening. I'm here early. It's 6:45. I went and got coffee.
Hello friends, how are you? My name is Corbin Reed and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am taking you with me to the Rose Bowl Flea Market, which is one of the biggest flea markets I think in the nation. There are hundreds and hundreds of vendors there that sell antiques and vintage furniture, but also clothing and art and all of these things. It's a really amazing, massive experience. And it's at the Rose Bowl Stadium, which is also huge, and there are so many sporting events there and all of that. The Rose Bowl Flea Market happens every, I believe, second Sunday of the month. So if you are here in Los Angeles, California, or California in general, or in the nearby vicinity, I would say it is completely worth it just because of the sheer volume and quality of items that you can find there if you're into vintage and antique goods. And also, I would say get there as a part of the early bird special, because the really well priced things or the really hard to find things are gonna go straight away early in the morning. That's when like all of the designers get there. I mean, some of the top designers in the world shop this flea market. I know it's a favorite of, Leon Ford and Amber Interiors and all of these things. So be sure to get there early if you wanna find the most unique and interesting items and also the best deals. I got there really early in the morning and I was going there looking for some unique pieces for my home. This footage is actually, I guess at this point, maybe like 4 or 5 months old, but it still gives you an idea of what it's like to experience the Rose Bowl Flea Market, things you can look for if you go to that specific flea market or similar flea markets. I will show you what I saw that I thought was interesting and talk to you a little bit about how I would maybe style it up in a home or in a space, and then I show you what I got and how I styled it in my home. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please just keep on watching.
Good morning. This morning, I am here at the Rose Bowl Flea Market. And I woke up. I woke up in a bit of a panic. I paid extra so I could literally get like early entry. It's like 6:35 right now, and I woke up at 5:40. Early entries between like 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. But I've been waiting like 2 years to come to this. I never can get my shit together to make it happen. So it's happening. I'm here early. It's 6:45. I went and got coffee. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is I wore the right shoes. I have Birkenstocks on. And if I have the right bag, I'm bringing like an IKEA bag, and I'm seeing people with backpacks, and I'm like, that's genius. Didn't do that. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's go see what we can see at the Pasadena Rose Bowl Flea Market.
One of the first places I stopped had a bunch of these Chinese elmwood vintage stools. They also had some of these really cool antiqued fisherman baskets that could be great for like wrapping up blankets and keeping on the side of a couch. I really loved this vase that was in this iron antiqued stand. This would be great with just like a floral arrangement, or honestly on its own on a console table like they have it here. I think a lot of these items were imported somewhere from Asia, and they are great for decor items, but I think they're practical items that are used on a daily basis for things that are not decor. But like these baskets would be really cool on a kitchen counter if you wanted to put like utensils in them or something. And then I really loved these aged steel buckets down here with the hand painting on them. Again, this would be awesome for like something like firewood next to a fireplace, or if you cleaned it out a little bit, you could put some linens in there or something next to a bed or a couch, just for some added texture and interest. And they had all these really beautifully carved side tables made from antique woods. And then, of course, the classic Miju jar. My favorite thing to look for at antique markets is vintage rugs. I was looking for a smaller rug that I did actually end up finding, and I'm going to use that in my landing. So these were all really, really big though. Then these chairs, you guys. So many designers use these chairs, and he was selling them for $60. They're Mexican Equipale chairs. I think I'm saying that right, but I had to snatch them up. And then these glass beads from Africa are so beautiful. Another thing I've seen so many designers like McGee & Co. or Amber Interiors use, and they sell them for so much more, but if you get them direct from the vendor, they get more money and you get them for less. Also, these mud cloths from Africa are so beautiful. They'd look great on the back of a sofa, or if you wanted to make a throw pillow out of them, or even on the end of a bed as like a coverlet. And then he also had all of these beautiful bone beads, which again are something I see a lot of designers selling on their websites, but it's so nice to support artisans and get them from them directly, for you and for them. Also a massive fan of antique or vintage European linens. I have a couple that I got up in Hudson, New York, but these were so beautiful, and I wouldn't necessarily use these like to dirty up, clean anything up, but to wrap in like a loaf of bread or something is so cool. They also had vintage linen clothing, which again can be, linen lasts forever, so if you can score it vintage, sometimes it just looks nicer when it's a little bit more worn, and you know, it just has that really cool vibe if vintage is your thing. They also were selling yards of vintage linen fabric, which I've seen people use as like stair runners and things like that, which this could be really good for that. Or if you just wanted to make, again, a bunch of pillowcases or your own tablecloths or whatever. And then these large vintage dough bowls were really beautiful. All of this stuff was from Europe. And then these wicker demijohns are another thing I've seen so many designers use in shelf size styling. So these were only $35. Well, they were between like $35 and $60. And they add so much texture to shelves. He also had some really beautiful primitive wood coffee tables, which I have some primitive wood in my living room as a coffee table, and it adds so much texture and warmth, although I believe mine is teak. This table with the antique marble top and the steel base, I believe is from Germany, and I absolutely fell in love with it, but I had nowhere to put it, and it was already sold, but oh my god. And then there are just some more vintage rugs. I think a lot of these are from the Middle East, and they're hand dyed. A lot of them with, I think, vegetable dyes, and they just last forever, and they're so unique and beautiful. I love these ones with the deep reds and the blacks. I was looking for one with more black in it, which is actually really hard to find, but I did end up finding it, just not on this trip, and I'll show it to you later when I am showing you how I styled the things I got in this video. And the last thing I really loved at this trip that I took here to the Rose Bowl Flea Market was this little vintage gardening cabinet, although it was missing some glass, so it was a no-go for me, but so sweet.
Well, guys, that was wildly successful. I got these chairs in the back here. I took a better shot of them on my iPhone, and I'll take a shot of them when I put them in the storage unit, because they were a set of 3, and I think they're called like Mohican chairs, but they're leather. They're this beautiful cognac brown leather, and you can put them outside or you can put them indoors. I have nowhere to put them at the moment, but they're so beautiful. I couldn't pass them up. They're just too good. So I'm gonna put them in a storage unit, also because he gave them to me for $75 for all 3. I almost gagged. I've seen these on other websites, like Amber Interiors puts these in her ads all the time and stuff. So, but She sells them on her website is what I'm trying to say. And she sells them for like $800 per chair. Like, people were like, oh my God, where did you get those? How much were those? Where did you get those? And I said 75, and they're like, per chair? And I was like, no, total. So anyways, I'm telling you that to say, if you're coming to the Pasadena flea market, the Rose Bowl, make sure you get here early. Pay for the $20 ticket, get here early, because literally 9 o'clock hit, and it was like, boom, everyone and their mom was here, and it was the good stuff was already sold. Like, you can't get a deal like that if you come here at 9 o'clock. He was just taking them out of the truck, and I was like, I want those. How much are they? I saw the $80 sign, and I was like, this is a joke. I got those, and then I also scored these pots. You know, I have a pot problem, these Turkish pots.
So these are the chairs like I said before, took them to storage initially, but now they're just hanging out in my garage. But I figured before I put them away for future use, because I know I will use them in the future, I'd do a little show in them for you guys, so enjoy. These I did not show on camera while I was shopping, but they are two beautiful antique brass reading lamps that I got for less than $125 for the pair. So this is my living room where I currently have two reading lamps from IKEA. They're actually just placeholders, and I was waiting until I found the perfect thing, which ended up being these brass antique reading lamps. You guys, these are amazing. They raise and lower in height. I love the patina on the brass. It's 100% real brass, so over time it's just going to get more and more worn and beautiful. And I love the warm glow that it gives off. This is one of my favorite spots to sit and read as the sun is going down. This area here is actually a credenza that is an antique pine wood piece that I found off of Facebook Marketplace, and I use it for storage. This is a Fulani milk bowl. This is an African bowl that I got from the vendor that was selling all of those glass beads, and also he had some of those African stools. And these are so popular on designer websites. I've seen them on McGee & Co. I've seen them on Amber Interiors for upwards of $180. I got it directly from this vendor for $35, you guys. This is what I mean when you shop directly from the vendor. They get 100% of the proceeds, and you can get a deal. I just filled them with some moss balls that I got off of Amazon that I will have linked in my Amazon storefront down below. This is an empty corner that is also in my living room that has a lot of height. So I just added 2 coffee table books, and then on top of it, I decided to balance out this vintage dole bowl that I have some faux artichoke in with this Turkish antique pot that I got from the flea market. And I love the charm and the chippy nature of the paint and a little bit of the blue paint that you can see underneath shining through, and it has also a lot of height. So I decided to add some faux florals to this pot because you cannot put water in here. So faux florals is a good option. This one is actually a seaweed bush that I got from Hobby Lobby on sale. And I just love that it has so much movement. A lot of the designers use greenery that has movement. I think sometimes it's faux, but a lot of times it's real. And I love the way it drapes over the pot and the neutral nature of the green, but it also has some really nice brown and yellow undertones as well for some depth and complexity. Thank you so much for tuning in today and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed shopping with me at the Rose Bowl Flea Market and seeing how I styled these items in my home. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite part was. Again, I always love hearing from you guys, and your liking and your commenting also just really helps me to grow my channel, which is something I'm trying to do right now. If you're not already following me on Instagram, please go follow me over at storydesign_with_Corbin Reed. And also I have an Amazon storefront where I have some fun like home good items that you can find that resemble vintage items or are vintage items, or just unique items that I think you guys would like based on the fact that you're here on my channel. So we have similar styles, I assume. More fun DIYs, makeovers, sit down and talk with me, shop with me is coming your way. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I will see you very soon with another one. Thanks guys, bye.